All right, well, let's get started. I forgot to mention that today is the 23rd of October, and we decided exam on Thursday. Okay? All right. The Muffin Shop makes non-fat blueberry muffins that cost 70 cents each. So I'm not sure what the non-fat has to do with it. All right, muffins are... Now, this is in the book.
Okay, this is different.
See, add to the test these two problems.
Okay.
The muffins cost 70 cents to make. That's what that's telling you there. 15% will spoil or get eaten by the owner. Okay. The shop wants 40% markup on cost. Production equals 800 muffins. Man, they're into this muffin thing, aren't they? Okay. The question is, what should shop price the muffins at? I'm not sure that's good English, but...
Yeah, now, why do they want to make 15% of muffins that's going to spoil?
What now?
Why don't they just not make so damn many muffins?
Well, I don't know, maybe they're...
Spoil, right?
Well, I'm sure there's a sweet spot. I'm hoping they realize that if they made 700 muffins, they'd run out of muffins. I don't know.
Jeez.
I hope they...
A certain recipe and a certain amount of ingredients that have to be used, I'd say.
Yeah, you can usually prorate your... That'd be a good problem for this class.
That's a good answer.
You can usually scale your recipes up and down.
Yes.
You can.
Yes, you can.
I'm sure that they've got a pretty good idea why they need 800 muffins.
Because I bet you, it's probably not like a small town bakery shop.
Right.
Probably, you know, some.
Yeah, this place is in New York.
Shipping out muffins.
Don't worry about their muffins. All right, well let's do the math here. So the total selling price is going to be equal to the total cost plus the markup for the whole shooting match there. So we're going to have to do a little calculating here first because we don't know that, do we? Oops, that's what we're looking for. That's the question. This is what we don't know. What did it cost to produce the 800 muffins? So let me scroll this down here and we'll do total cost to produce 800 muffins is $800 muffins times 7/100 of a dollar or 70 cents per muffin. And notice muffins cancel out, leaving us with dollars. And that's what? $560?
If this is right, I'm going to cry.
What?
Yes, 500.
7 times 8 is 56. If it was $1 a piece, it'd be $800. So
Yeah. I didn't think
yeah,
of that.
yeah, you can do stuff in your head. It's okay. Did I tell you I grew up when there wasn't calculators? Okay, I did. So that's what it's going to cost to produce these muffins. Now we're told here that we want a 40% markup on cost. So let's look back a few pages here and find ourselves a formula that will let us find S when we know the percent markup on cost. Let me write this out. Total selling price is equal to, look on page 226, left-hand column, the third little block. S equals cost times 1 plus the percent markup on cost. Will that do us for us? I believe it will. So let's see here. What do we need? Cost is 560 times quantity 1 plus what? 0.40. What's the 1? That's what it cost originally. That's the 560. Okay, that's where that came from. So total selling. I'll write it out. 560 times 1.4. Calculator. Maybe. I could do that in my head, used to, but I'm getting old and lazy. $784. Okay, is everybody okay with that? Now, that's what we have to gross, I guess would be a good word, on muffin sales to recoup our cost of production plus the 40% that we wanted. Now, but we got this issue of we think we're going to lose 15% of them through spoilage. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. You could find out what 15% of 800 is and then subtract that from 800. Or you could do this, which I kind of like. The number of muffins to sell equals 800 times 0.85. Where did I get the 0.85 at?
You subtracted the 15% from one.
Right. If you take 15% from 100%, you get 85%. Turn that into a decimal, it's 0.85. Yeah, that's right. It's a complement. You're right. I thought that, but I didn't write it down. So, calculator. So it should be like what, 780? No, 680.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because 10% is 80, and then half of that's 120. So subtract. Okay, 680. Now that's how much we're going to sell. Now, that's not dollars, is it? I was thinking about something else. That's muffins. Muffins. Okay? And now we can selling price per muffin is going to be this. Think about it. We want to make, or we need to make $560. We're going to have, we think, 680 muffins to sell. Where did I get the, oh, wrong number. I'm absent-minded today. It's 784. Okay? Everybody see why it's 784? So now, divide 784 by 680, and boom, you get, so it's going to be $1.15 per muffin. And let me copy this. Can I stick it up here in the corner? Okay. So these problems aren't bad. It's just a few.
They're long.
Yeah, a few steps.
Too many steps.
No, there's not. Well, you're a baker. You should understand this has got to be done. You can't go make a bunch of cupcakes and say, well, I'm going to sell them for 15 cents a piece, and realize that you've lost, $47 on this batch of cupcakes. That's not going to work for you.
I didn't say I didn't need to know it. I just said.
Everybody okay?
I'm tired. I'm rolling on 5 hours sleep and a bunch of extra blood pressure medication.
Are any questions on that? So I'm going to add one like this to the test. May not be muffins, maybe cupcakes. Who knows?
The sprinkles.
What?
The sprinkles.
Don't like sprinkles.
Oh, well, okay. With little bats on top of them.
For
It's
Halloween.
Halloween. You got to dress these muffins up.
I'm not a Halloweener.
Are you not?
No, not terribly.
I like Halloween better, way better than I do Christmas.
Ooh, I love Christmas.
All right, is everybody okay with that?
That's why I ain't got kids and you ain't have to buy no presents yet.
All right, I'm going to start a new page for the next problem. So I'm not scrunched here at the bottom. So this is another add to the test. This is second problem mentioned before. All right, so this is page
Oh, it's on this
297.
side.
Yeah, I've jumped to chapter 11. Chapter 11. So this is number 5, and I would put 11.5 on there, but that's not what it is because there's a practice test here, and that's where I found this problem. It's same thing for the previous problem. That's the reason I didn't put 11-5 because there's another 11-5. Okay? So this one says the owner of Lease.com signed a $60,000 note at the bank. So let's see, P equals 60,000. 7.25% discount rate. R equals 7.14. And let's go on and change that to 7.25 and then 0.725. Everybody see what I did there? And this is a discount loan. Basically, when you see discount, you think, well, they're going to subtract something. They're going to subtract the interest somehow. So that's what's going to happen here. T equals 210 days. A, we want to know the proceeds, and then B, we want to know what's the effective rate. So A, let's find the proceeds. First thing you're going to have to do is what?
R equals PRT.
Yeah, find the interest. So we're going to have 60,000 times 0.0725 times the quantity 210 days over 360 days. Okay? So, calculator. Clear. .0725 times the quantity 210 divided by 360. Make sure I got the right numbers in there. Like so. Press enter. Let me copy this over here. So what'd y'all get?
$2,537.50.
So I got. Okay. So now what do we do to find the proceeds?
Once you add that to the wherever the loan was, the 6,000.
For a discount note, proceeds equals the principal minus the interest. So we're going to 60,000 minus the 2537.50. So the proceeds is going to be, calculator. Make sure you get all the right number of zeros in there. 25, 37, 50. I got $57,462.50. But you pay back how much? But you pay back 60,000. Remember that. Okay?
So you're only receiving 57,000.
Right. That's why they call it proceeds. That's just what you're getting. Well, the good news is you know that you got to pay back 60,000. You know, there's no interest that's going to pop up and bite you there at the end. And okay, I just put that over there. I could switch those, but I think y'all can handle that. All right, is everybody okay with that? Part B wants to know the effective rate. So let's look back here at the end of this chapter and see if we can find ourselves a formula. On page 292, y'all see anything there that looks like it'd work?
I ain't made it there yet. Well, what about this effective rate right here? Interest divided by proceeds times time.
Oops. That's what I'm going with. If I could get myself to,
Second one,
Yeah. So we're paying 2537.50, and we're getting 57,462.50 times, and it was 210 days, wasn't it? 210
Yeah.
over 360. So those are days. The days cancel out. Now watch. If you got a graphing calculator, you can put all this in at once. If you put those extra parentheses in there. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if I got enough room there or not, probably. So, 25, 37.50 divided by, I'm going to open up a parentheses there. That's that guy right there, that green one. Okay? 57,462.5 or 50 cents times, going to open up another parentheses. That's the red one right there. Okay? Is everybody with me? And that'll be 210 divided by 360. I'm going to close I'll do a right parentheses. That's the red one, and I need one more. That's the green one. Press enter. Now, this is one of those situations where it's rounded it off to 2 decimal places. We really need to see what's after that. So multiply that by 100. See, it's actually 7.57. It rounded it off to 8, and if we didn't multiply it on out, we would have never known that. Now the book says to the nearest 10th percent, so be 7.6. I'm okay with 7.57. I think it's kind of arbitrary that we decided to do that. To tenths. Let me do this.
So if you don't have the fancy calculator, how do you come up with that?
What'd you say?
I said if you don't have the fancy calculator, how do you come up with all that?
Well, yeah, you're going to probably do this part first and then multiply by that. I don't know.
You would have to do the bottom first.
Well, I can show you a simple way of doing it, but you probably wouldn't like it. Okay. I tried everything I could to get you to, get one of these calculators.
Well, I don't know what kind of buck for this spin.
All right, now take a screenshot. Now I'll stick that right there. Let me do this. I'm going to blow this up here. Then I'm going to show you what's what. All right, see this one is that one right there. And then this one is that one right there. And then this one is that one. And then finally that one is that one right there. Okay? That help? I guess we could write down the answer, couldn't we? The effective rate, I just say 7.57. The book's got 7.6. I'd rather see that other decimal place there. And we did this to see hidden number. How about the C hidden decimal places? Okay, that kind of explain it all? All right, everybody okay? All right, let's get back to our study guide. Which one were we on? We made it through. Boy, I wish we had numbers on this. It'd make it a whole lot easier. We've done 5 of them. We did the partial payments, didn't we?
We're on C10, parts number 6.
Yeah, simple interest problem. Louise borrowed $120,000. Okay. Let's see if we can help Louise out here. So, simple interest. We think this is probably number 6, isn't it? Back to study guide. I think this is number 6. If I could afford numbers. All right, we're going to borrow $120,000. T equals 5 years. 4.85% per year. So we want to find maturity value. Okay? Let's calculate the interest first. Interest equals PRT. 120,000 times, it's going to be 0.485, isn't it? 0.485. Now notice that's per year, and we want our time here is going to be 5 years. Actually, the years is going to cancel out. Let me show you what it really looks like. Per year times 5 years. Okay? So the years cancel out, and we're just left with 5. Okay? Calculator? I think I need another one, don't I? Yeah. Gotta be careful there. Times 0.0485. I think I lost something there, didn't I? If you lose a number or you didn't click hard enough or whatever, you can actually go back and do second insert and put it right in. If you're lazy like me, you don't want to type it back. All right. Something don't look right there. 0.0485.
That's right.
That's
20, yeah, that's right. Well, see, it's $120,000 for 5 years, so it's going to be a pretty big number. So I think we're okay. It's always good to ask yourself the question, now, does that look right? So that's really only like $6,000 a year, roughly. That's about right. Okay. Now that's the interest. What's maturity value? Isn't that the original principal plus the interest owed? So it's 120,000 plus 29,100. So what is that? $149,100. Is that what y'all got? Well, we can add it right here. Plus.
Yes.
149,100.
Everybody okay with that? Pretty straightforward, wasn't it? You like those? Okay? I think next one should be problem 7. Simple interest, chapter 10. October the 1st, Jose borrowed $3,000. So P equals 3,000. R equals 6%, which would be 0.06. This is from October the 1st to February the 1st, isn't it? Okay, now that's the time. So what's the total Jose must pay the bank? Now that would be a maturity value, wouldn't it? So that's what we're looking for, maturity value. So what's the first thing we're going to do here?
Figure out time, the date.
Yeah, figure the number of days Jose is going to have the loan. So probably the simplest way of doing it would be December the 31st is obviously 365. October the 1st is how many days?
274.
All right, everybody look that up and got that? Okay, 274. Subtract, what'd y'all get? 91 days first year, and then from, this is a subtraction. So over here we're going to have February 1 minus January the 1st, which is obviously 1. So February 1st is what day?
February 32.
32. So there's going to be 31 days. I wonder if we should really subtract that 1 there. I got a feeling we shouldn't. I've never looked at it this way. You know, you'd hope that there's some consistency here. I'll try to remember to think about that. 32, we'll count at 32. I'm sure they're going to count that day right there. So 91 days the first year, 32 days the second year. How many days do you get? 123 days total for the loan. Okay. Now what?
Take your 3,000, times it by your 0.06, and then times it by.
Why don't you do this? Write down the letters first. So P is 3,000. I always do.
You don't have to.
Well, how else do you know what you're doing?
I don't. Even with the write the letters, that's different.
And then for the time, we're going to have 123 days over, did it say just simple interest?
Yeah.
Or ordinary interest, excuse me, yeah. I don't know why we don't do exact. It doesn't cost any more. Well, it doesn't take any more time. It actually saves you money. You get back to the previous discussion, Melissa. I've got to write this down, otherwise you won't know what I did. If I just wrote that down, you're thinking, why do you use those numbers? Well, I use those numbers because of that. Okay? Now, I usually get the right answer. Not always, but usually. So, I'm sticking with my method. 3,000 times 0.06 times the quantity 123 divided by 360. Close that parentheses, press enter. So what'd y'all get? $61.50. And then maturity value equals P plus I in this case, doesn't it? So that's $3,000 plus the, I wrote down I should have wrote 6150. Okay? Let me do this. I'll stick that up there. Okay? Pretty straightforward, wasn't it? We probably got room for this one, number 8. So, number 8, don't let the, what? She's just talking to herself. I don't know what she's saying.
I always do when I do math. I have to.
All right, we ready?
I'm ready. I did try the perishable goods last night, and I got the first one right, but I couldn't get the other 2 right.
What, you talking about this next problem? Or what?
With the perishable goods, assignment. I tried to do it last night. The Blackboard assignment.
Oh, okay.
And I got the first one right, but I didn't get the last 2 right, and I couldn't figure out, I was doing the exact, problem, but it was telling me it wasn't right.
Without the internet, it'd be hard to figure out what that problem was.
Well, I actually have it on my phone right now.
Okay.
One of them.
Which, can you find the problem at the back of the book that it's like? If you can find it, we'll work it.
Well, I tried to do that, and I went to the part of the book that it told me to go to, but it didn't help, because it was just, taking me to the perishable goods sections of the book.
Okay.
And I was doing the exact problem, but it wasn't telling me why it was wrong. Should I bring the problem up there?
Well, let me look at it after class. How's that?
All right.
Let's get through the study guide, and then we'll worry about that. And we're rolling right along here, I think. Problem 8. Simple discount note problem. Now, it looks a little different because I just wrote out A and B, but actually we worked a problem like that earlier, didn't we? I think we did. Well, actually we did. Because I wanted you to see part B. Now, I don't think it's going to be on the test, but if I ask you a question and I just ask for part B, it says the effective interest rate, you've got to do part A to find part B. So I just put both of them in there. Okay? You got to find the proceeds, or you can't do effective interest or effective interest rate. So don't let what it looks like trip you up. Face value is $12,000. Interest is, and that's R, isn't it? R is the rate, equals 3.75%. Let's go on and change that to a decimal. 180 time is 180 days. Okay?
Mhm.
So, this is a discount note. What's the first thing you have to do?
I equals BRT.
Yep, I equals PRT. 12,000 times 0.0375 times the quantity, 180 days over 360 days. Days cancel out, don't they? So, calculator. I love it when the calculator shuts itself off just as I click. You know, you couldn't wait another second or two. Times 0.0375 times the quantity, 180 divided by 360. Okay, numbers look good. I got $225.
Yep, that's what I got.
225. Now, this is a discount note. What do we got to do next? For a discount note, proceeds equals maturity value minus the interest. Maturity value in this case is the same thing as the face value the problem mentioned. Let me move that over a little bit. So 12,000 minus 225. $11,775.
Yep, that's what I got.
Okay.
I have a question.
What?
Is it MU? Is it MV from over here, or is it P?
That's a
Maturity value, or
Yeah.
is it the proceeds?
that's a good question. Well,
Because last time we did proceeds.
yeah. Well, see that we're calculating the proceeds. The maturity value in this case is since it's a discount note, it's the face value of the note. The problem here, what I found it did say the face value, and that's for a discount note. That is the maturity value.
Okay.
So, how about this for? Right enough, right? Let me write that down below. Note.
So when it says part A, amount borrower will receive.
For
that would be-
a discount note,
Correct. That's what.
MV equals face value equals Would that help?
Yes.
Okay. Let me take a screenshot of that part.
So the 11,700, whatever is the answer to part A, right?
Yeah. That's what we're going to get. Now, why did I do that? Any other time, I guess if you put that there first, it'll let you write over it. But if you put it there last, it overwrites whatever's there. Okay? All right, that's the first part. This is part A. Okay, B wants to know what the effective rate is to the nearest tenth of a percent. Look back here on page 292 from page 292. effective rate equals the interest divided by the proceeds multiplied by the time. So in our case, we have $225 divided by 11,775 times the quantity 180 over 360. I'm running out of room on my page here. So I can tell right over here how my page is going to look, and the farther you go, the skinnier it gets. So we talked about a while ago about how to put this in your calculator. You need another set of parentheses. You need that and that. Okay? So let me scroll this down a little bit. Let's see if we can get this in our calculator. 225 divided by 11,775 times, excuse me, 180 divided by 360, and I didn't write the days down there, but you understand it's going to cancel out. Okay? Does everybody see? That's the green one. I forgot one, didn't I?
What's
So,
the green one next is the red one?
hang on.
First red one.
I need another one here.
You
No,
got-
it's there. I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
This is the green one.
Yeah.
This is the first red one, left. That's the first right red one. Well,
That's
yeah,
the
it's the
second
red
one.
one on the page, and that's the green one.
Yeah.
Okay, I had it right. Now, this is one of those situations where you're going to multiply by 100 to see those other decimal places. So, I'd say 3.82. You'll notice here that I think the reason they talk about these is in certain situations, and it's, why have I put money down there? It's not just discount notes. There's sometimes a little difference between what the stated interest rate is and what you actually pay, or sometimes what you're getting. Okay? If you read bank advertisements, sometimes they'll have, I think there's something called the annual percentage rate. That's probably something we get into in the next chapter, but there's a little bit of difference between one number and another number. In this case, it's probably a little bigger. It's not necessarily in your favor here. All right, is everybody okay with that? All righty. What'd I do with mine? So where are we at?
See, it was-
XYZ
Discount, no
Corporation.
Hang on. Yeah, XYZ is there at the bottom, and I almost missed the XYZ. So this is problem number what?
9.
Number 9. So XYZ accepts $50,000. So P equals 50,000. Now this is a note, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't know why they do these problems this way, because you're actually doing two different ones. The first one you just do simple interest and add the interest to get the maturity value, and then you discount it at the bank. I wonder, can you discount it both ways? I'm sure you can. Anyway, let's play golf. Let's play it as it lays. So R equals 4%. By the way, I don't play golf. And then T equals 90 days. Okay. Now, XYZ. Let's do this on January the 15th. On what day?
February 25th.
Feb 25th. XYZ discounts the note at Bank of America at 4.5%. The note is discounted at 4.5%. We'll go on and turn that into a decimal. And really, that's all we need, isn't it? We're looking for proceeds from the bank. That's what we're shooting for here. So, first, find maturity value of, they called this a note, didn't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Which is not discounted. So remember that. So the interest is going to be principal times the rate multiplied by the time. So 50,000 times 0.04 times the quantity 90 days over 360 days. We're using ordinary, aren't we? Doesn't say. I guess when in doubt, use ordinary. Okay? So clear 50,000. Make sure you get the right number of zeros in there. Times 0.04 times the quantity 90 divided by 360. Press enter. Okay. So did y'all get $500? Okay. Now, for this note, maturity value is P plus I. So that's going to be $50,000 plus $500.
$50,000.
Mm-hmm. Let me copy this over. Okay, now that's what the original note's worth. The original note is worth, and it's not discounted. Okay?
Now look, is it just me? If you're 0.04, 0.045.
Hmm?
See the 0.04?
Well, see, that's what happens when we go to the bank. That's this one.
Okay.
This is the original note. That's the 0.04. Okay? That's the difference. Yep, got to grab the right one. All right, now we got to do some calculations with the time, don't we? How long does bank have the note? Now that's the question. And to answer that, I'm going to first answer the question, how long does XYZ have the note? Okay, do this first. Do this first. So let's see here. We are given XYZ goes to the bank February 25th. So that's our first, our latest date. They actually got the note January 15th. So I'm betting January 15th is the 15th day. What's the 25th? Like 36 or something? No. 46? What is it? 56. Okay, now subtract. XYZ has, let's see, 41 days. Okay, so the bank is going to have the remainder of that time, isn't it? So the bank will have the note. How long was it? I dropped my paper.
41.
How many days?
41.
No,
90 minus 41.
90 days.
Yeah.
90 minus 41, which is what? 49 days? Okay. Everybody see why that is so? All right, is everybody okay? All right. Now what we want to do is find I for the discounted note. So I still equals PRT. This time P is what? $50,500. R is 0.045. And time is 49 over 360. Cancel, cancel. Clear that. 50500 times 0.045 times the quantity 49 divided by 360. Close the parentheses, press enter. I got $309.31. What'd y'all get?
Yeah.
Now, we're looking for proceeds, aren't we? So for, let me write all this out. For a discount note, proceeds equals maturity value, in this case, minus the interest. So the proceeds is going to be equal to 50,500 minus the 309.31. You roll this up a little bit. Calculator, 5,500 minus 309.31. Press enter. $50,190.69. Is that what y'all got?
Yes, sir.
And see the way this breaks. See, we had a 90-day note. If XYZ had kept it the whole 90 days, they would have been paid $50,500. They kept it 41 days, then discounted it at a slightly higher rate. So XYZ only got $50,190.69. The bank got the rest of it, for holding the note for 49 days at a slightly higher interest rate. Okay, that's why this doesn't equal $50,500. You give part of it to the bank, but you got your money early. Okay? There's one more problem there. We worked one like that, didn't we? Treasury bill. Y'all want to work that, or what do you want to do? I can stay. Y'all okay?
Yeah.
Let's work it. Won't take long. All right. You buy a 90-day, 2.75%, $10,000 Treasury bill. What amount do you actually pay for it? What's your effective interest rate? So we've done about 3 of these effective interest rates today, so we should be all over this. This is problem what? 9?
10.
10, yeah.
Or is it 10? 10. Should have remembered that. So T-bills are discounted. Okay, so given our information there, 90 days, 2.75%, $10,000. So P equals 10,000. R equals 2.75%, which is that, and T equals 90 days. Okay? So first, calculate what you actually paid for the T-bill. And to do this, you first do the interest. I equals PRT. So 10,000 times the rate, 0.2, I get that right, 0.275 times the quantity, 90 days over, just figure some ordinary interest. I'm pretty sure they don't use that. Those cancel out. Calculator. $10,000 times 0.0275 times the quantity, 90 divided by 360. Okay? So that's the interest you're going to get on this. All right? Paid for the T-bill equals $10,000 minus the $68.75. So for your $10,000 T-bill, you only pay $9,931.25. Now, 90 days from now, they're going to give you back $10,000. Okay, that'll give you the $68.75 interest. All right. So that's what you actually paid for it, and your effective interest rate. Or T-bills are in here. It's going to be a variation on the formula we've used already, the effective rate formula. So let me show you. This is on page 292. Effective rate equals the interest divided by what you paid times the time. Now notice I just substituted what you paid for proceeds. That's all it is. Okay? That's the only thing that's different. So the interest is $68.75, and you paid $9,931.25, and this is going to be 90 days over 360. Everybody see that's a six? Let me redo that. Remember, this is one we're going to multiply by 100. Just like before, we're going to need those extra parentheses. So 68.75 divided by first parentheses 993125 times second parentheses 90 divided by 360. Close that one, close the second one, press enter, and then multiply by 100 to see those other digits. And let me change that to red. Your red shows up better. 2.77%. Y'all okay with that? You see where it came from? So this is just a slight variation of the effective interest formula. All right, everybody okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Bex, what do you want to look at? Let's see your problem. Bye. Y'all be careful going home. Enjoy the sunshine, by the way. Let's put it on
Thursday,
here.
walk down to the cafe.
Uh,
I'll give you a ride home.
so
Save your mom
So praline costs
Ticket.
$1.10 each.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I couldn't,
Yeah.
I had school today.
We want a
I was-
35%
Anyway, I didn't get it.
markup on
Okay, then maybe you got somebody.
on selling.
Not a quarter, not a- I was-
45
Be honest with you, got signature, I got the bottom.
pralines,
Ouch, shit. Is that all you wanted?
10% spoilage. You know, sometimes it'll count these wrong if you got the cents wrong.
I tried everything from 173 to 178, and none
Okay.
of them were counted right. So
Well, let me 15% spoilage. Better get that right. Sit down there, I'll work this and we'll see what I got. Here's your phone. I think I got all the information I need. All right, we're going to need the total cost. And that's going to be $1.10 per praline times 45 pralines. Those cancel out. Calculator. It'll be $49.50. Clear. 110 times 45. So that's what it's going to cost to produce our.
And I got that.
Hmm?
And I got that.
Okay. Now, we want 35% on selling. So we need to go back to chapter 8 where we have those formulas. And that's chapter 8. Let's see here. And we're looking for, we need total S. That's what we're looking for. So we need something that expresses selling price in terms of cost and percent markup. So you see that third block down there? It says selling price equals the total cost divided by 1 minus percent on selling, percent markup on selling. Okay, think that'll work? So our cost here is $49.50. And on the bottom we're going to have 1 minus 0.35 because that's our markup on selling. So that's going to be $49.50 divided by what, 0.65? Okay, you with me there?
Yeah.
All right, so let's calculate that.
Okay, I think that's what I didn't do. Cause like I was just doing. Oh, I don't think I did it. This part of it.
Okay, $49.50 divided by 65.65. Okay. So TS equals $76.15. Now that's what we need to clear on the pralines that we're going to sell.
Yeah.
Okay, to make our 35%. So now we need to figure our spoilage. And so the number of pralines we can sell is going to be, how many, we make 45 times, I want to subtract the 15% from 100%. Okay? We'll do all this in one operation. And what are we going to get? 45, 185.
It's 38.25. You round that to just 38, right?
That's a good question. Hang on. Give me a minute. I got something finished. I got to finish up.
Because I actually tried it both ways in the original problem, but then I didn't do the whole tool selling.
Yeah, I would actually round it up. Because if you only do 38, you're not going to hit your target. That's what I would do. Well, now wait a minute. All right, hold it. Let's think this through. We're coming up with a price here. So we're going to divide whatever this number is into the $76.15. I think in this case we need to round down. Because if we round up, we're assuming that there's 39 pralines, but no, you can't rely on that because it's 38.25. I'd round it down. In this case,
So just 38?
yeah, that's what I'd do. Let's try that. Yep, I would round that down to 38. All right, so let me scroll this down. So, price per praline equals the total selling times the number of pralines. So we want to make 76.15. We only think we're going to have 38 pralines. So let's do the division there and see what we get. So 76.15 divided by 38. Enter. Come out $2, looks like.
Alright, that makes sense.
Well, first we can't, there's no way for us to put it in and see if we're right. Yeah, you check it when you get on.
I got the perishable goods part. It's just I didn't calculate that total cost over the one minus the markup price.
Okay.
The markup percentage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was doing the problem right. It was just I missed that step.
Okay.
All right.
Hope they're pretty good pralines.
Because the next one's the same thing, but it's markup on cost.
Yeah, just go back there and find the right formula.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.